Check out my brand new book, Micro Shelters, on Amazon.com and elsewhere. And coming up, we have another hands-on tiny house workshop in Brockton, Mass. at the Fuller Craft Museum. RelaxShacks.com for the details. Hey, I'm Deke from RelaxShacks.com. Deep in the woods, kind of, here in Rhode Island. And I have been so lucky as to be, that's not even really proper English, Jess. So lucky as to be invited.
It's okay, I'll say weird things too.
Yoda speak. I'm here with Jess Sullivan.
Hello.
Her other half, Dan, is not here, unfortunately. What's up, Dan? Sorry, buddy.
We're going to have to point him out in a picture when we
Okay, yeah, he's here in spirit.
Yes.
But we're in Rhode Island at their little kind of tiny home Homestead, yeah. You guys came out and spoke at one of my past workshops in Putnam, and then you're coming to speak at the Tiny House Summer Camp 3 in September. Not technically the summer, but who's counting? So that's going to be a lot of fun. And you talked about your house, but I didn't realize how cool a spot you had. First I want you to talk about, very quickly, about the solar array here, because this is just like tiny house and homestead heaven.
Right, we're totally off-grid here, so we have solar power to provide all of our electricity. We have a 4,079 watt-hour per day system.
Okay.
The reason why we have so many panels is because we wanted to be able to run a mini air conditioner if need be.
Oh.
You know, we're parked right in the sun. You know, this was a spot available to us, but you know, as far as shade is concerned, we're kind of baking out there. So we wanted to make sure we could at least have that option. We haven't had to use it yet, but as you can see, we got 8 250 watt panels, and those feed all the way back to the house. And we have a little utility closet that sits on the tongue of the trailer, and that is where we house the batteries and all the other components of the solar power system.
Okay. You are
solar power. I do that all the time. Solar power system.
You're pretty hidden here, I have to say, because you're behind the foundation of this barn, which you said is burnt down over its history 4 times, was it?
I
or something like
2 or 3.
2 or 3? Okay, I'm just making stuff up now.
It's fine.
I heard it was 15 times.
If you peek in there, you can see all the old dairy equipment, like the bars and things, and there's trees growing all through it. It's wicked cool.
The salvager in me is like, creep back here at night. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I found a lot of interesting stuff just digging.
Oh, I'm sure. My buddies who was a metal detector would have a field day out here. Probably just horseshoes, though. You have a cool pond here, and basking in the pond, there's a bunch of painted turtles. Like, what a spot. And you're clearly into gardening, because you have every form, way, shape, and form of gardening going on.
I have a lot of techniques going on this year, and I think I'm trying to make up for the last 2 years because we just spent all of our time building instead of doing anything like that. So I have straw bale gardening going on over here. I have some vertical gardening going on there. I've got a potato tower, another type of vertical garden. We're using all of our, like any of our landscaping, we're growing things that we can eat. So there's actually kale growing in there, and those are actually my gray water beds as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
I have like a little bowl, we wash our hands or whatever. We have biodegradable soap. We just pour it onto one of those beds, and that's how they stay nicely watered and healthy.
I saw on Facebook you're quite the baker too, apparently. You have a new venture. Why don't you plug that real quick, because I'll forget to mention it later.
I'm starting at markets, but I have a business called Two Little Buns. It's gluten and dairy-free baked goods. I do a lot of different breads. I do cookies, crackers, and I'm hoping to expand, maybe do some catering, but I'm starting with baked goods. I'm at the Burrville Farmers Market, and I'm hoping to jump into a few other farmers markets in Rhode Island.
Now, when
TwoLittleBuns.com.
When you expand, will you have to rename it Two Big Buns? It was like terrible joke. I'm sorry. All right, let's walk towards the house, because I guess it is mainly a tiny house tour.
Right.
I drove right by the place, though, even after you gave me directions.
I would have seen it. I really thought you would have picked
No, I was busy just, being a total ADD freak. Yeah, here, let me just, I'm going to probably get one of the turtles dove in. Speaking of ADD, let's go and see the turtles. See you later, Jess.
Tiny house turtles.
Yeah, all right, so I can get a shot of the outside. Tell me about the siding, what you have going on here.
We have recycled pallet siding.
Oh,
This has been probably the longest part of our building process.
I imagine.
We rip apart the pallets, then we rip them all down to 3 inches, we plane them all, then we give them all a shiplap on each edge.
Wow.
And then it's time to put them up. And as you can see, we waited too long to put any kind of stain on it, so it has that lovely weathered gray, which
patina they call it.
At the ocean, I guess, but compared to what it used to look like, it's heartbreaking for us. So.
But now that it's stained, it really looks good.
Yeah, it's looking a lot better now. I would definitely recommend anybody doing this to stain all sides before you even put it up.
Or to just buy wood and not go through the planing and the sanding and the.
But if you have this need.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Stuff like I do.
You got a pretty ample deck here, which is cool, kind of extending that living space outside.
Yeah, about 80% recycled materials
really?
as well.
Just from an old torn down deck, another one?
my father-in-law's deck. He took it apart and then he just kept the wood. He didn't really know what he had planned.
Oh, okay.
It just sat in his behind his store. So we finally took it, planed it, cut it up, and it looks great.
Cool little side tip. I've been paid many times to take apart decks.
Really?
At $20 an hour, and they always want you to take the wood because this way they don't have to pay in dumpster weight.
Usually,
I just want to peek in here to show the little storage thing you referenced earlier.
Oh, yeah, it's a mess right now.
That's all right.
The idea is that these containers here are going to grow this direction, and that is going to grow up this way, so we're going to have this kind of shaded
like a little
place.
pergola,
All
shady
food,
kind of.
Yeah, and try and give this some protection, because you don't want that to overheat.
Gotcha. All right, let's head inside
Sun.
before this white boy starts burning to a crisp.
I really wanted to switch our curtains to the lace one we usually do, but it's so hot that this really helps because we have that full
Rooftop
full
gardening.
window.
I just want to show that real quick.
Yeah. I gotta go get some strawberries later.
Oh, that's where you have them up there?
Yeah.
I saw a picture on Facebook. Yeah, quite the harvest, or someone didn't know. Maybe that's mixing up with someone else. I'm just
Well, I'm about to put some up.
too much Facebook. Okay. I'm a clairvoyant. Oh, this is awesome. Do we have any any lights we could turn on real quick?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take these down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would help. So while she's doing that,
Sorry,
taking the
I meant
curtains down.
to do that.
The nerve of her. Oh, this is great. We saw the pictures during your like almost slideshow, or no, you were sharing them off your iPad or something like that.
Yeah.
And
when we came to the last talk.
It looked awesome there, but this is even better seeing it in person. And Dan, there he is, heartthrob, Dan.
Boom! There he is.
Yeah.
See, you're in the tour, babe.
Didn't forget about you, buddy.
So we did a lot of our shopping for materials on Craigslist. So all of our windows and door were from Craigslist, and we paid,
I'm gonna shut this off for audio.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Yeah, Craigslist is just like I say.
Yeah, it's awesome. And some things were still wrapped, brand new, but they were half the price, or even more slashed.
Yeah, Craig, wherever you are, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. And then up top we have a barn board from a barn that was built in 1776. So that's kind of like our favorite little thing to share with everyone. We drove out to New Hampshire, and this guy was someone just bought the property. They didn't want the barn. They wanted it gone. They didn't care. And they hired this guy, and he saw what it was worth, so he started offering people the wood online. So we drove up and took some of the boards off and picked what we wanted. I mean, it still had square head nails.
I was gonna say I can see some of the square head remnants.
Yeah, and it has so much character, and there's so many different types of wood and grain and colors. It's just awesome. It came out so much better than we thought.
Cool.
Yeah. So we have doors in here too that came from family members' houses. So these serve as partitions, and this glass also lets light into
your closet space. That's really clever.
And then you always got to sneak a full length in somewhere. You just have to.
Full length mirror.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. It's technically full length, unless you're 4'2".
Well, if you stand far enough.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. But I love this whole storage tower.
Yes, and
potato tower, then the storage tower.
These are also pieces of that wood from that barn that were live edge. These were the ones that were rafters on the roof, so they didn't have to be perfect.
Okay.
So they have all these awesome
But it adds character again. It's cliche to say that, but it really does. And even this little side shelf you have here, with the squaw wood debarked little post there.
That's actually a tree from my dad's house.
Oh, okay. Everything has a story. Which is what I love.
Quite a bit of it, yeah. So that's from his grandmother's keep house, that particular door.
Okay.
And I think 9 of our family members helped us sand that thing. It took forever.
Yeah, I didn't notice, here's the panels of the door down below.
Yeah, you can see where
because from here it just looks like it's a window. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And then there's another one that's, this is one here.
Oh.
And one of the panels was already broken, so we just took them out. And now
it's a towel rack. That's super clever.
There it is. Whoop, there it is.
Okay, your kitchen, I just love the color scheme, I have to say.
Thank you. Yeah, I love these. Yellow and blue are my favorite. It also is a nod to my Swedish heritage. So, and I just love color. I always have. And then this here is also our pantry and also wood from the barn. So we collected a lot, and it's actually spread pretty nicely throughout here. We kind of did this really organically, and I like that it seems really balanced. And then in here is the turlet. We have a composting toilet, and it's pretty simple. It's just wood shavings that you add in there. What does it smell like in here, Dee?
Marijuana? No. I'm kidding.
Really?
I'm kidding.
Where?
Someone must have broken their house. No, I'm totally kidding. We're keeping that in, too.
No, really,
even though it's not
what
true.
Does it smell like?
It just smells like cedar.
Yes, it smells like wood, right?
And a lot of poop. No, I'm kidding. No. I have a composting toilet, and my wife at first, when we started using it, she's like, it's going to...
who argue this.
Oh, and then she's like, oh, you're right, it works. That was the one time I was right.
You just got to put enough carbon in there.
Yeah.
Wood shavings.
I like the little shells with the exposed glassware. I love the old school Sanka coffee mug. That's all my grandparents used to drink. That stuff is awful. Sanka.
I wondered if you would notice that.
Yeah.
Dan got all nutty about it when he saw it at the
so
thrift
cool.
store.
Yeah.
So I had to have it.
Oh, this is one of those water purifying things?
Yep, that's a Berkey. So all of our waters carry in, carry out. We operate out of these water bricks.
Yeah,
I think they're about like 3 to 4 gallons.
Adult Legos. Yeah.
But yeah, they lock together. You can stack them up however you want. And we like the idea because it's more, convenient. You can go get 3 gallons. It's much easier than hauling around like a 20 or 30 gallon can somewhere and filling that up. Yep. So it's worked out for us, and they tuck away in a lot of places. So we actually had an immediate redo of this little cabinet area. We started out with a small cooler, and then that crapped the bed. So I got really pissed and went and bought just...
From marijuana to crapping the bed.
I got really pissed and I went and bought, the typical dorm fridge.
Well, I like that. Did you paint it? Or you painted it. Okay.
Yes. And I did.
Because I'm like, I love the red.
I did a
cherry or
precise job.
What? Now they all know. They all know. Now let's talk about the range top here.
This is from an RV store. So you'll find like a lot of things in tiny houses are from boat or RV related types of places. So this is what we got. We got a 3-burner, and I'm really glad we did. Our window placement here is meant for something totally different. So we just make sure and close that when we're working with this.
So, but, you don't have the long curtains. A lot of people make the mistake. I see the videos. They have like the range with these long curtains and the window that opens, and the curtains are blowing over the range. It's like, what are you doing?
Oh my God. Tempting fate.
I love that little spice shelves here.
Oh yeah, I'm big into cooking, so I gotta have a lot of spices.
Oh, in here, you're hiding little shelving everywhere, which is awesome.
Yeah, tucking in everywhere. We even thought about doing kind of like spring-loaded drop-in.
Yeah, I've done one of those in a cabin before, and I've seen a bunch of them lately, and they work really well. It makes sense, as long as you have them toggle and tether in securely so they don't swing down the middle of the night when you get in a glass of water and knock you unconscious.
Right. That would be awful.
All right, I'm going to back up here.
So you can see we kind of tucked pots in here, and have all kinds of storage in here, glass jars. That's our composter. This was just... we got this for like $3 at the thrift store. It's actually like an office. Yeah,
I was gonna say like a filing for magazines.
It the same yellow, and boom, it holds our cutting boards.
Cool. This takes me back, not to right here.
Back?
No, this Boy Scouts Pioneering Merit Badge.
There's a great story behind this one. So Dan decided to prop this all up and make it look like it was totally functional, but not tell me that he hadn't quite finished what he was doing.
Oh.
So I climbed up it, and one of them fell off, and I crashed to the ground.
Oh, jeez.
It was awful.
Good one, Dan.
We learned about communication that day.
That guy right there. If you see him on the street, give him a kick in the butt. No, I'm kidding. I love the little candle holder.
Yeah, that's a Swedish horse, another piece. My aunt gave that to me.
No, I love this, that little stairway ladderway, though. Again, adds a lot of character. You don't see many like that. It's the old school, like, Robinson Crusoe look.
Yeah, just get it done.
Swiss Family Robinson, get her done, yeah.
Yeah, the steps you're not really that convenient for most people, but, we're young and limber.
Yeah, you can address that as you get older.
Yeah, that's later.
Yeah, now you want to show us the loft? I'll just maybe film from the steps.
Okay, I'll crawl up there on this nice ladder. So it's pretty much just room enough for our bed, and we have like a little table right over here that's got our lamp and clock on it. Our library office desk doubles as like a bed table for us up here. So we have stuff up top here, and I have the front of the shelf is for books here, and then this side shelf is kind of for tissues and books and whatever crap you keep in your bedroom.
Yeah.
And then up top here, we kind of like last minute just decided to throw this in. Like so much of what we did on the inside was just like, all right, yeah.
No, but you find a time and place later, like I need a shelf here, because you really can only plan so much ahead of time.
Yeah, it's true. Like
it's very organic then.
We pushed really hard to get the shelf,
I'm gonna try to step up.
And then we just kind of.
There we go.
We just kind of winged it when we came inside. But this has been really good, so it holds a lot of clothes up here. Probably gonna put some curtains or something. I don't know, but.
Very cool. Can you see? Do you have a view of the goats? I was gonna say the window placement's cool.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see it. Yeah, but you got a bunch of goats here. It's an operational farm.
Yep.
And
we got a vent window coming through for us.
Yeah.
We have this shelf that we put up that holds miscellaneous, and also we can prop a computer up here and watch TV in bed.
Now,
so kind of doubles as a media center.
all right. Now it's pretty hot outside today. Yesterday it was almost in the 90s. How's it been up in the loft? 'Cause that's a big concern.
We've been really lucky because it drops at night, so we can sleep in here. But this is huge. Having a vent fan of any kind is really big, and this window opens too. So, and then we usually have that one going down there, so it kind of provides circulation.
Yeah, you get that flow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like your funky lighting here as well. I'm gonna get the aerial view of everything.
Yeah. That was kind of a random thing that we decided to go for.
The Zeus Thunderbolt of lighting.
And it's pretty cool at night because they can point all over the place, so it's lit up. And that couch right there, or whatever the heck you want to call it.
Oh, right here, yeah.
Got 2 rabbits under it, if you didn't know.
Oh, I kept hearing this noise. I'm like, what's going on?
Little buns under it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the name.
I heard this sound when we first started the video. I'm like, okay, maybe they got rats or something. I'm not going to address it.
We got 1 rat.
Yeah. All right, anything else you want to throw in there? We talked about your business. Now's the time, Jess. Do or die.
Rats in my house.
No, rats, marijuana, and crapping the bed.
We're doing really good. Thank you, Dee.
Hey, thank you guys so much. This place is fantastic. It's way better than the photos I saw, which I was wowed by to start with. And again, you guys are coming to Tiny House Summer Camp 3 in Vermont, and we're psyched to have you, and it'll be fun. And again, I'm Sweaty Unshaven Deke for RelaxShacks.com. She invites me to the house. I totally reek. I'm unshaven.
I'm
so
pretty
yeah.
pretty
So
sloppy too. So.
thanks for joining us. Take care.
Bye.